Welcome to TJ's podcast.
Yes. TJ's podcast, where it's the only time I refer to myself in the third person. It's TJ's podcast. You know whose podcast is? This is TJ's podcast. I'm talking about TJ. What is considered now the hottest up and coming podcast in all of the internet world, because we talk about the important things in a casual way. It's a pretty good description, right? Mm-hmm. Talking about the important things in a casual way. Thank you so much for being a part of it. You know, our little day-to-day journey, if you will, into the things that really matter in the world. I had a rough day yesterday. There was a lot of stuff going on, like business kind of things and emails and reading and trying to fix, equipment, things of that nature. Oh, I got equipment. Because I have a little setup at my house to be able to record the 10 other shows that I do. And it just got to a point where I wasn't pissed off or anything, because I really don't get that way very often, where I'm just mad about something, like that. But, excuse me, I was frustrated. Or as a lot of people say, frustrated. I was frustrated. So the place that I work in my house, out of my little, it's my TV watching room with the puffy couch, and then on the other side of the room is a desk set up with the camera and lights and a backdrop and all of that. But the windows are blacked out because of the lighting that I need in the video. So I'm in there working in a blacked out room, because when it's not being used to record videos, it's just a room that you can't see out of, and there's no sunlight coming in or anything. So after a while, I just said, look, I gotta walk away. And I did an old school, turned into my papaw moment, where I went, it was about, 2:00 in the afternoon, and I made myself a cup of coffee, and I went and sat on the front porch with no phone or earbuds or anything, just sat there and looked out into the trees and listened to the birds and the squirrels and watched cars drive by. Yeah. And so my wife was in the kitchen doing something, and she goes, what's wrong? Did you get bad news? Because, I'm never, just like, walking around like that. I said, no, I'm just, I just need to take a break from everything. I just need to walk away from it for a little bit. And so I got outside and I sat down on the front porch, and I put my coffee on the little table there, and I'm just sitting there, and it's kind of chilly. So I put my hood up on my hoodie, and then maybe 30 seconds later, the door opens and she sticks her head out and starts asking me, about stuff. And I think she was just testing to see if something was wrong with me, like if there was something bad going on.
Something wrong.
Yeah. And she was just checking the mood. But she could have come out there with me as long as she kept her mouth shut. No, I'm kidding. Did you ever do that, Riggins? Because when you walk your dog, you don't listen to anything but you do talk on the phone a lot when you're walking your dog, but that's not by your choice, is it?
Sometimes it is, but I love getting out there. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
It just gives you a moment to I remember getting frustrated with my homework, and my mom would always do the same thing. Get up. You're not going to fix anything right now the way you're acting. So get up, take 15 minutes, and then come back to it.
Mm-hmm. Because I was supposed to do a Facebook Live thing last night, which I've never done. And I was kind of, I wasn't nervous about it, but I'm not comfortable with doing something that I'm unsure about. And usually if it's something that I know I'm not going to, that I feel like I'm not for sure going to excel at, I'll just avoid it. Like golf. So I don't ever have to say I suck at golf. I can say I've never really played golf. You see?
Yeah.
So I was kind of on edge about that, and coming to find out when I got ready to do it, right before it was time for me to do the Facebook Live thing, my wife read some comment from an asshole guy that was saying, bad stuff about me on whatever the post that you had made, Riggins, that said I was going to be doing Facebook Live at 6 or whatever. Some guy commented under there something, but he doesn't like me or whatever. So that was a little bit of a rocket boost into the, hey, here we go. But it didn't even work.
Yeah.
And Riggins was laughing because and I'm like, why is it not work? Because I don't know. I thought, well, you post and say that I'm going to be on, and then people are going to want, they'll be sitting there. Well, where is he? He said he was going to be on here, and Riggins was just laughing hysterically, and he's like, "It's fine. Don't fret about it. It's fine. It's fine." But it was because my browser didn't match with Facebook Live or something, and then because I use Safari. And when I tell people that, they're like, "Oh no, yeah." But I'm a Mac guy, and I figure if you got a Mac, you don't want to be using Microsoft things or Google Chrome things like that. You use what the Mac stuff is, and isn't Safari a Mac thing?
Safari's for Macs, yeah.
So Riggins through his laughter was saying, "That's not. It's you don't have another browser. We have to fix it. It's fine. It's fine." So then I got here and they said, "I use the same thing and it works for me whenever I try to do it." So now I don't even know what the problem was.
And I wasn't laughing at your misfortune. I was laughing at it's like a continuation of troubles that TJ encounters, and also trying to get through to you that is not a big deal. You could do it again. Trust me, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
If there's a people freak out and they have a mutiny, then we'll address it, but it's not a major deal.
So then I got ready to go do this thing that I was leading up to. The Facebook Live was going to be leading up to this thing that we do called Ace and TJ Experience, or TJ Fanatico Experience, where we have somebody as a guest host in an online webinar type thing where we just talk about funny stuff and all. Like last night we had Top This, the Redneck Edition. People give their stories and it was with Elizabeth from Calitrin, one of our biggest sponsors. And we did the test. Rob had it set up. We're going to do the test at 6:30. We did. It worked great. Elizabeth is always great. She's got a great personality. So Rob said, log back in 15 minutes right before we're supposed to start at 7 and everything will be ready to go. So I go to log in. I don't see myself on the screen. Rob says, "I can see you, but you're frozen." I mean, it just, in that amount of time, everything on my end, stopped working.
Of course.
And, yeah. Anyway, it was good. It was good. I made it great, obviously. I made it great.
Did that help turn your day around at all?
No, by the end I was already late to go to bed. I hadn't even eaten dinner yet.
Oh.
So I didn't even get in bed until like 9 or so last night. And I almost woke up to pee, but thank goodness I didn't. I peed without waking up.
It's the best kind.
Yeah. So I'm going through all that yesterday, and I'm thinking, all this crap's happening, and I should be working on getting David Spade on and doing that whole thing. How am I going to get David Spade on my podcast and all of that? I don't even know why I'm thinking about that, because I don't know. I don't know how David Spade's going to get on my podcast.
Just call him.
I talk about this all the time, and we're never going to have, I thought, well, the small list of celebrities that I would want to have on a podcast, it shouldn't be hard to find them, get them on. As small as that list is, we could really focus on it. But This is never going to happen.
Not with that attitude, it's not.
No.
You better figure out how to get your webcam working in Safari before you do anything else. We can't see you, David. Are you there? That would be embarrassing. Finally get him on, and then
of course. And you know that would happen. One time, there was a trend in morning radio for a long time where if it was a member of the show's birthday, then the other people on the show would book all of these celebrities to call that morning and wish them a happy birthday. And Ace did that for my birthday one year, and Steven Tyler was calling in on my birthday, and he called, and as soon as he got on, he goes, "Hey," you know how loud he is, and "Hey, happy birthday, TJ." And then all of a sudden, boom, the line dropped. And what happened was the building door security thing was hooked through the phone system, and one of the salespeople came in and opened the door before it unlocked, like started pulling on it before it unlocked when she put her code in, and it tripped the alarm and cut the phone system so we could call the police. Great. And hung up on Steven Tyler. So that kind of stuff, we have a history of that kind of stuff anyway, but I'm not even fooling with it. I'm not dealing with all that. I'll just leave it at David Spade's mom said that she thought I was okay. I was cool.
Thought you're all right.
Yeah. And if he comes back around sometime, I'm sure I'll go see him and sit in the balcony again.
And be happy about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Be grateful for that.
Now I've kind of just talked myself into a funk. I was happy, having a good day until I started talking about all this. Now I'm in a funk.
You do seem to like take things on as like sort of like when tech problems happen, you take them kind of personally. Like you were sighing pretty heavily during that call last night when I was laughing. And I was like, oh, it's just so not. You feel it more deeply than I think you probably should.
Because I don't know. I look at it like because we told people that I would do it, even if there was only one person there waiting for me to do it, I don't want to disappoint that one person who took the time to say, "Oh well, let's see if he's going to be on." And it doesn't matter whether it's my fault or not. Somebody my age has a technical problem, it gets chalked up to the fact that I'm old. Is another thing. Are you too old? To anybody who would hear, I couldn't get my camera to work. Oh man, he can't get his camera to work.
I know Ace always says that same kind of thing, but I don't see it.
It's because there's so many times that people will chalk up anything. Like younger people always say, just dismiss you because you're older.
Does that happen?
All the time.
Really?
All the time. Well, it's just the times are different now. They'll say that. And that's kind of stuff didn't really happen on a wide scale until my generation became older. Because when I was young, if an old person said something or tried to teach you something, you would listen and show them respect and go, oh, okay. Well, you may say, okay, well, that doesn't really fit with, he doesn't understand what today's times are like. But you'd never tell the person, oh, okay, old dude, you don't know what you're talking. Things are different now, old dude, and laugh at him. You wouldn't do that. You would just go, okay, yeah.
And people do that now to you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not as much to me because I carry a different, respect from everybody than most people do,
Sure.
But Alexis used to do that a lot. Whenever I'm telling her something about this, just chalk it up to you. And I always think that when a person does that, and people do it to Ace more, I think. But I think when they do that, I'll automatically go, okay, well, that just means they can't argue the point. They don't have any facts on their side, or they can't debate the point that I'm trying to make. So I chalk it up to them not knowing, It's like when people say, when somebody says something and they'll go, oh, too many jokes. That means you can't come up with a damn joke. The joke you came up with is to say too many jokes. Yeah. Or I have no words. Okay, there are words. You just don't have the capacity to find them. That's the way I look at it. Like, so you just dismiss something that I'm saying and making a point about as my being old, then you really don't have an argument on your side.
When you say you can't learn anything from young people, is that a reaction to the way young people have treated you?
No, I just say that to aggravate young people.
But is it a reaction kind of as sort of a...
No, I just think it's funny.
Oh.
But a lot of times...
Can you, though? Huh? Can you? Could you?
Of course. Okay. I learn stuff from you all the time. And I come to you all the time and ask things. Hey, Riggins, what is this? What is that?
And I would never go, like...
I know. And neither does Rob,
I don't do that.
All that. But I also look at, like, when I say that about young people can't teach me anything, that's just strictly because I think that's funny to kind of aggravate people. But when Ace talks about he and his young wife, Amanda, arguing about stuff, I put myself in that position, and it depends on what the young person is telling me. If I was married to a woman 24 years younger than I am, and she tried to tell me something about driving or something about things that you learn in life as you go on, that we would have a lot of problems in that area because she would always feel like I'm dismissing her.
Because you would be dismissing her.
I would be dismissing her, yeah.
I'd
be like, what do you know about it? I've been driving before you were born. You don't know?
Yeah. Experience matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd be actually like, I'm not even arguing with you. Yeah. That's what I would be doing. You're too young.
Would you be able to accept it if it was presented in a more constructive way?
No.
You wouldn't even be able to do that?
No.
So it's not a joke.
No, there are things, though, that I just said there are things, certain things that I can, but certain things that I would never even act like I'm learning.
What would you not be able to handle? Driving is what? Probably cooking if somebody 24 years younger tried to give you like some knife skill tips or something.
Yeah, unless they were, trained,
yeah,
culinary artist
right.
of something, but
you're not more sensitive.
Teaching me how to deal with people, like a young person trying to tell me how to interact with other people. No, no, I've been interacting with people twice as long as you have. So, but again, I would recognize that they would find that to be offensive and probably have a right to, but it doesn't change the fact that I would still look at it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, young ass people. All right, we have a ton of stuff today for the Graham Slam segment. Riggins has brought in the entire internet to play for you today, and it's going to be really good, and I'm going to be in a chipper mood about it. See, and that's the thing about the TJ's podcast. It can be whatever's going on in my head that day. If it's kind of grouchy sounding, that's what it's going to be. If it's funny, it's what it's going to be. And I don't mind telling you, I'm a little bit offended that none of the TJ Fanaticos has reached out to David Spade in my honor yet. So I'll try to get over that. We'll get into this other stuff next. Hang on.
TJ's podcast.
We're here with our old friend, Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, you just told me something very important that you wanted me to say, but I don't remember what it was. So can you say it for me? It was something about numbers and percentages and things that I don't understand.
This is the best way for loan officers to keep the majority of the revenue that they earn every year, just like a real estate agent.
Got it.
Real estate agents pay what we call a cap in industry. Normally, it's around $16,000 to $20,000, and then after they pay in their commission to reach that for the company, they keep 100% of it. So we're going to do the same thing at Richard Toccato Companies. You, as a loan officer, are going to pay us a cap of $16,000, and everything else you keep. Everything else you earn is yours. So real quick, an example: if you make $200,000 in a year I'm going to take 16,000 of it, and then you're going to keep 184. The traditional model that loan officers work on now, they do $200,000 in revenue, and they keep about 80,000 or 100,000.
Really?
So this is going to change the game. We're going to do what other real estate firms have been doing for years, but we're doing it on the mortgage broker side.
And this is something that's not being done anywhere. It's totally different.
Totally different, not being done anywhere else. We're also going to have revenue share. So if you bring loan officers to us, you're going to make money on, you're going to make money from a downline, just like EXP or Keller Williams.
Wow.
So it's you got to check it out. Just go to workwithrichard.info. It's simple, workwithrichard.info. See if it's for you. Give me a call. Let's have a conversation.
Okay, you want me to try to say it?
Yeah, you say it.
Check it out, workwithrichard.info.
Hi, I'm Thomas Davis, and let me tell you why I'm a proud member of Team Neogenics.
If your nagging pain is keeping you from being active, do something about it. Join the long list of pros and average Joes who have found relief with our stem cell and regenerative therapies.
After trying all the others, I decided to try Neogenics. My knees and shoulders haven't felt this good since my college days. If you want to get back in the game, do what I did. Visit Neogenics, where all you have to lose is pain.
Our nation's second president, John Adams, always slept on the left side of the bed. He believed this would increase his chances of having positive dreams and a more successful next day. That's why every mattress we sell here at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress includes a left side.
And for those that prefer waking up on the right side of the bed, our mattresses come with one of those too.
This President's Day, you can save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic sets. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Back to TJ's podcast.
Yeah. That's right. So we do this thing called the Gram Slam, where we play stuff from the internets or alert you to the internet's things that you may want to go and find on your own and share with others. Riggins is the best at this. It's almost like that's all you do is sit around on social media looking for stuff, which is good. I'm glad. But I think I was disgusted by that at first, but then I kind of got a little bit better about it. It's Red Robin has a new queso burger.
Yeah.
What's the official name of it?
The lava queso burger.
All right. So they do this big burger, and it has queso on the burger as the cheese. And then once the burger is constructed and put on the plate, they pour queso over the top of the bun and just cover the entire burger in queso.
Molten hot queso over the bun, over the whole thing.
And one of my biggest things about food is when I'm seeing someone prepare something, and then I always look at it like, how is somebody going to eat that? How is somebody's mouth going to fit around that? You build these burgers that are so big for, commercials and the internet and all that. And you go, well, who can eat it? It's not practical. Because I refuse to fight with food. I always say that. If somebody brings me, because I have a small mouth, if somebody brings me something that's going to be super messy or it's not going to fit my mouth, and the bun is going to be sliding around on the burger, and it's just the whole thing is messy, I'll send it back and order something else. I'll still pay for that because I ordered it, but I don't want to fight with food. And it's like Gordon Ramsay always says about garnish stuff. Like I've heard him say before, if you don't expect people to eat it, don't put it on the plate. So I'm that way. I'm not going to fight with food. So how are you going to pick up a burger that's covered in queso and eat it? So as I'm watching that video, Riggins, I thought, you got to eat that with a fork. And then it showed the guy eating it with a fork.
So then why?
It's not a burger.
It's not a burger if you got to eat it with a fork and knife.
No.
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's tasty, but no.
No. So you know what you would do to get the same effect? If you're a sane person, you would get a bowl of queso on the side and dip each bite of the burger into the queso and eat it. That way your hands aren't full of cheese sauce and you don't look like an idiot.
I think they do these things so they go, it's attractive to social media.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna pour cheese over it, but in reality, no, not a lot of people are gonna order this.
Mm-hmm. You know what else I don't like about the internet cooking? is when they jack up the volume of everything. It's just like overly exaggerated, and they're trying to make all these quick edit videos. And so the knife goes down into the onion and goes,
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
A little ASMR.
Dumb. That's another thing. I don't get why young people got to watch everything so fast.
It is fast, yeah.
Everything, and I started saying this years ago, because if people would just sit and listen to me, I could show them what's going and what's transpiring, and when it happens, they'll be like, "Oh, I already knew that." But people dismiss things I say as just being a grumpy old man. But a long time ago, I started complaining about sports highlights, because they used to be where they would show the whole play and then they'd show the next play. Now it's everything's a strobe. Yeah. It's like, bah, 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 bah. And they may not even be doing anything worth of shit on these on these games. But the way they edit them, it makes this thing. And I'm watching them. I'm being triggered, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Because we got to make it as fast and loud as possible. And to me, that covers up the fact that it's not quality. It's not good quality if you got to do that.
I was watching the top 10 on on SportsCenter this morning, whatever that was. And I mean, if you look at that screen, you got the people commenting in the box, the upcoming headlines on the left, the scroll on the bottom with all the scores, and then something. I mean, it was like sensory overload.
Yeah.
And they were doing the highlights. Bam, bam, bam. The guy screaming. I mean, it was nuts.
Yeah, and sports people are nerds.
Yeah.
Sports broadcast people and that are involved in that are nerds.
Yeah.
And annoying most of the time. So you say no on the Red Robin queso lava burger?
Not for me.
All right, good.
Wet burger. Wet bread. I don't like wet bread.
And they show those, what do you call those tacos where you dunk them in the...
Birria.
Yeah. And you can dunk them without putting your whole hand down in the thing. And they try to make it as messy as possible in these videos.
People that eat Raisin Canes do that with the sauce. They dunk like up to their knuckles in sauce, dipping a chicken tender in there. It's like, what? That's so gross.
And how is that appetizing to anybody? Who looks at that and goes, oh my God, that looks so delicious. You could be making the thing that I love most in the world. Let's say, like my favorite dessert is like up at the top of the list would be molten lava cake with ice cream. You could make that and be the most beautiful presentation in the world. My mouth could be watering, but as soon as you go to stick the fork or the spoon down into it, your whole hand goes into the ice cream and the chocolate sauce. And I'd say, I don't want any of that.
Yeah, no. Your hairy knuckles in my cake.
Gross. And especially when women are doing these videos online and they've got long, fake nails, and then they're all, expensive artwork and all on them, and then they dip into those sauces, and that stuff just getting under those long ass fingernails. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's gross.
Get out of here. But Riggins found us a new term that is this the first time you've ever heard the term, Riggins?
I've never heard it before.
Okay, so I'm wondering if this is going to be a new term that the general public uses as slang, or just surfer people, because this is a surfer guy that used it.
Yeah.
And it's a good-looking young guy. He's a cute-looking guy.
Handsome.
Yeah.
But it all comes from that thing you were talking about a few weeks ago about how Gen Z is into bed rotting. Where they just want it, like every waking moment, they'd rather be lying in bed than sitting on the couch watching TV or something.
Yeah.
It's called bed rotting, because you
I just love my bed, and I just want to be in my bed all the time.
And this kind of plays into the bed rotting thing, but it's really quick. Here, I'll play it for you.
Shouts out to everybody who got through the day without taking a nap. Pulled an all-dayer. Pretty tough, yo.
Shout out to all of the people who got through the day without taking a nap, pulled an all-dayer.
Yeah. Could you hear that? Was that
barely? Maybe turn it up on your computer too. That might help.
Shouts out to everybody who got through the day without taking a nap. Pulled an all-dayer. Pretty tough, yo.
Pretty tough,
yo. It's an all-dayer. You didn't have to take a nap, but that's like another thing. Like you assume only old people take naps, but now it's like every young person on the internet's like, I need a nap every day.
Why?
Well, that's what everybody's going. Like, what are you so Why are you so busy and tired?
Now, when I was young, I took a nap every day because I got up at 2:00 in the morning for work.
Yeah.
You know, that's a different deal. But if you're just living the regular hours of a young person and you got to take a nap every day, and a bed nap at that, probably.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Pulling an all-dayer.
Pulling an all-dayer. Didn't have to lay down one time. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, dude. I pulled an all-dayer yesterday.
No naps.
No.
Yeah, you were going.
I normally don't take naps, regardless of what everybody in my life thinks. Everybody that's close to me thinks that I do nothing but watch TV and take naps all day, every day. I don't.
Well, people do the same thing to me. Did I wake you up?
Yeah.
It's 3 p.m. No, you didn't wake. What are you talking about? No.
I say that to you as a joke every time. I mean, I could call you.
Yeah, you do.
know, I could call you on your way to work in the mornings. I go, did I wake you up?
Yeah, everybody asks that. Did I wake you up? No.
And I think it may be because they know we get up at such crazy hours that maybe that's what they're thinking. But not mine. The people that are close to me, they think I'm just lazy. I have nothing to do. If I'm up in my, and I just described earlier what all happens in that room upstairs that I have. It's a bonus room. And that's where all of my work goes on in that room. And I do have a TV in there that when I'm not working, which I can't do 24 hours a day, I'll sit up there and watch TV when it's TV time. But they think that's all I'm doing.
Sleeping.
Watching TV and sleeping. My son's bedroom is right next to that. And he'll come out, walk right past that, my office room, go to work, come back. We'll be the only ones in the house. And later, his mom will say, well, have you seen your dad today? No, I didn't say anything to him because I figured he was in there asleep. I'm like, what? All you got to do is open the door. I had the door closed because, Jody's always got stuff going on. Always on the damn phone and, that kind of thing. So I don't know how to, I guess I could put a sign on the door that says, come in, not sleeping.
Yeah, right. I'm awake. I'm alert.
And then, my little friend Jenny just piles on that. That's how, she and Jody get together and say, I mean, all you do is take naps. Are you too busy taking a nap? Like I go, I didn't know this or this happened. Yeah, because you're up there taking a nap. You're up sleeping all the time watching TV.
It's so weird. But yeah, I'm going to need one because you're exhausting me.
Yeah, y'all are wearing me the hell out. Nobody understands me the way you do, Riggins.
I get it.
Nobody.
I get it.
And then there was a girl who had a bad date.
Yeah.
And I thought I wasn't going to like this, Riggins, because I usually don't like when people are whining about, having a bad date or how bad their date screwed them over. Because a lot of times I don't even believe the story. That's part of the reason why. But I believe this one.
This one does look real.
And this girl's pretty cool, I think.
So do you want me to tell you what happened?
Yeah.
So a girl meets a guy on Hinge. They match. And they have their first date at one of those group pottery classes, which I actually think is kind of a cute idea. It's a new idea, but to go together, first date, you go make like a little flower pot. And she says that after the date was over, they had like their little mugs and stuff in the kiln, to heat the thing. He stole her mug and then unmatched with her on Hinge. And now she's just pissed because he ghosted her and stole her mug that she made. So she calls the pottery place. And this is her conversation with the woman that works at the pottery place. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Oh, this is anticlimactic.
Yeah, her friend is videoing her from across the table.
Do you think he just stole my mug and is just sitting in his cupboard? Okay, if it is there, should I take his thing too? You would let me have it? I'm obsessed with you. That's so funny. Okay, all right, okay. You're gonna, because he unmatched me? Would you guys give it to me? What? I'm so fun too. Like, that's crazy he did that. Oh, I hate him. Can we ban him from the store? Free to my heart. Thank you for looking.
Yeah, so the employee was going to go hunt it down just in case like he didn't steal it from her. I thought that was really cute.
But I wonder if he went back to get it.
Maybe.
Because you have to, when you go to those type things, you make it and then they say, well, you can come back and pick it up Thursday. We'll put it in the kiln, whatever. So he had to go back and pay for it and take it.
Yeah. So they were going to double check, like, I'll go look, but I think he took it. And then the pottery place employee was like, oh my God, girl, any unmatched you? So she's just playing into that. She's like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with you. So she might have just made a good friend out of this terrible situation.
So her mug must have been really cool. She must have been good at it.
Yeah, must have been kick ass. Greatest mug ever.
He's like, I'm taking it. I paid for that shit. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
See, now I look at that from the other perspective as to, well, I wonder what she did to screw him over during the date.
Yeah.
Because you got to figure it's her fault that he unmatched with her.
Maybe.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Was saying that dating apps are so bad now for women. They're like, I've gotten like 7 likes per day, but these guys end up, after they ask for my number, they end up ghosting me. And somebody commented and said, at this point, it's just a numbers game.
Yeah.
Like everybody thinks that they're a better person is one swipe away.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to play the numbers. Go out on a ton of dates and look at it that way.
Because, that happens to my daughter.
I know.
Like she'll be chatting with some guy that she matched with or whatever, and before they even get to meet, he just stops messaging.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a very common thing now.
It's like, hey, I got another girl's number.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Because the difference is, if a few years ago, when you had to ask for a number in person, it's intimidating and it's a big move. And once you get it, it's like the greatest thing in the world. But a match, it's like there's nothing to it.
Yeah. But I mean, why? My daughter's really pretty. I'm not just saying that because she's my daughter. I mean, I would say if my daughter was ugly, I'd say she's ugly. But she's not. Yeah, I would. I would say, my daughter's not, she's not, traditionally what you would look at and go, oh, she's beautiful. I could be honest about it. I wouldn't say she's ugly.
Yeah.
If she were ugly. But I would know.
Sure.
You know. So this girl's got this problem. Maybe you've got a problem and you're not having a good day. Like yesterday, I wasn't having a good day, but I didn't know about this little trick, how to make yourself get out of a bad mood, or how to use this little technique in order to get people to pump you up a little bit. But thank God we do have this. And this could change your outlook on life in general. You could become a happy person all the time with this little trick. And we'll give it to you next.
More of TJ's podcast is coming up.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community, where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culver's.
Welcome back, world, to TJ's podcast.
Thank you, Fanaticos. We had a lot of Fanaticos on that thing that we did last night. That little experience thing. Those are fun.
You liked it?
Yeah, those are fun.
people were sharing like redneck stories and
See
stuff.
what?
Oh,
I couldn't hear you. Music was
people
loud.
were sharing redneck stories and things like that.
Yeah.
Rate my redneck.
Yeah, that was cool. People from, like we had somebody from Missouri on, somebody from Florida, Pennsylvania, I mean, all over the place. We're getting huge. We're getting huge.
Yeah.
No, we're actually not David Spade's mom. Don't think that we don't need need your support and connections, because we do. I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to connect with Miss Judy. All right, so it happens to all of us. We get into a situation where we're feeling like, okay, today is just not going right. I don't feel right. I got a little anxiety, because I always say that everybody under 40 in America now has anxiety. But there is a woman who has figured out a way to get out of said bad mood or anxious feelings. And I think this falls under It Takes a Village. Wouldn't you think so, Riggins? This is it takes a village kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a woman in her car, and she reaches out for help, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Does anyone know any like entry level?
Oh, wait a minute. Here, let me raise the volume.
You're in a pool.
Yeah.
Sorry. Still getting.
Is it
used
all
to
the way to the top on the
Yeah.
on the board? It's full blast.
Yeah.
Does anyone know any like entry level happy thoughts?
You're in a pool. Everyone's gone. You hold your breath. You sink to the bottom. You're not fighting to hold your breath. You're just comfortably there. And you're surrounded by the warm water. And you have time.
So the original reaching out for help was, does anyone have any introductory, what was it?
Happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts. Meaning, I'm not feeling so great. Can someone give me a scenario that will make me think happy things? Right?
Yes.
So we have gotten to a point in society to where I'm not this way, but people can't do anything independently. You can't even sit down with your thoughts and go, okay, I need to think about something happy right now. Oh, I like being on the beach, and I'm just going to kind of zone out a little bit and think about when I'm on the beach and the breeze is hitting me and the sun is in my face and I know I'm getting tan and I'm looking good and I don't have to work that day. All of these kinds. You can't even come up with that on your own anymore. You got to reach out to somebody else and say, give me a happy thought.
And an easy one.
Yeah, an introductory one. Yeah, don't go into the advanced happy thought starters. Just give me an easy one that I can go with. What the hell is that?
I genuinely thought it was a joke, and then I saw the next video where the person provides it, and then the comments after that.
What were they saying? I didn't read any of the comments. I know you mentioned it.
I think you just changed my life. And I have time. Tears. Because the woman's response was like, you're in a pool and you sink to the bottom and you have time. Oh my God, I have time. Tears is what they say. You have time literally almost broke me.
What does that even mean?
Meaning you feel so overwhelmed by things you have to do that in this situation, you're at the bottom of the pool and you have time.
Yeah. Nobody's bothering you about doing this or that, or you're not pressured to do whatever. I thought kind of meant you have time, meaning you have more time to live because you're trying to drown yourself. And
That's
you
what I
realize
thought. I was like, that's her solution is to kill yourself? But no, it was like just feeling the water and sinking to the bottom and you have time. There are tears streaming down my face right now. The person says, that was poetry. I feel it in my bones.
What? And they're not being sarcastic, you don't think?
I don't think so.
Wow. I said that the other day, that part of that I think falls into this category, and y'all got pissed at me when I said that millennials can't stand there being some sort of a technology that they're not using, and that's why y'all watch everything in closed captions and all of that, because that technology is available to you. And millennials look at it as, sometimes almost like a sin if there's some kind of technology that's going unused. So this woman knows that she can just post something and reach out to the internet community, the social media community, and people give her things to think about that are happy.
Yeah.
Rather than just sitting there. Well, I could sit here and try to come up with something that I know for sure is a happy thought because it's my thought and it's my happiness. But I have this technology available where I can just video myself and upload it and somebody will give it to me. That's what I'm going to do.
An easy one, too. I don't need that level 2 happy thought.
And if I remember correctly, Riggins, the one asking for the introductory happy thought is pretty attractive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not, why are you so unhappy? You're so hot.
Exactly. You're,
well,
good-looking people don't need to be stressed out.
Yeah. So there's a stream of those comments like, oh, my God, this is life-changing. I feel it in my bones. But then an older woman enters the chat, and she just wrote, I can't sink. My chubby body keeps me afloating. Bringing some levity to the situation. I can't sink. Nice try. My chubby body keeps me floating.
But how is sinking to the bottom of a pool what's going to give you a happy thought?
Yeah, I know. That's kind of morbid to me. I'm like, if you're sinking to the bottom of the pool, it usually means you're dead.
Introductory happy thought.
My happy place is an infinitely regenerative pumpkin patch with cornucopias around. I can lay in the grass. There's no bugs. Or I could flip out and rage and no one will know. I mean, it's crazy.
And these are all women?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'm in a field full of purple flowers and the bees are buzzing around in the warm summer sun. So these are all introductory happy thoughts.
But I mean, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But for her, that's hers. Why you got to ask for somebody else's?
Yeah.
It's because you can. And the mentality of, I don't want to do anything without making sure that it's the right thing. Not even come up with my own thoughts unless I run it past a group of people to give me validation or suggestions. So yeah, the war against independent thought has reached a new level.
Maybe. I love it though. God, I drink it like soup. I mean, I just love this stuff.
Someone give me an introductory happy thought.
Yeah, and there's no greater satisfaction than watching these goofy videos and like, oh my God, this is clearly satire. And then reading the comments and everybody's just like, yes. It's so fun.
But the one that really went viral was the response to it, right?
Yeah.
What do you call that?
A stitch.
A stitch, okay.
They use this person's video and then add it to theirs. It's like a response.
So the one that gave the response about sinking to the bottom of the pool and all that, is she the one that edited it?
Yeah.
Okay, so she clipped the other woman's words before she was finished.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah. Play it again. Can you play it again? He's like
I'm so far deep into the comments.
Not to be nitpicky or anything.
Let's see.
But I mean, that just shows how anxious she was to talk.
Does anyone know any like entry level happy thoughts?
You're in a pool.
See, she couldn't even finish the word
gone.
thoughts.
You hold your breath.
Any happy
you
thought?
sink to the bottom. You're not fighting to hold your breath. You're just comfortably there. And you're surrounded by the warm water. And you have time.
Sobbing. TBH.
That's all I'm asking for in life is time. I need time.
I don't have the time.
Me time. That's what I mean. That says it all right there. Somebody who uses the term me time.
It's a me time.
That is one of the most narcissistic sounding things. I would never ever say I need some me time. It's so dramatic. It's just a stupid way of saying you need to be alone or you need to relax. I need me time. That's all about me. Focus on the self. I need happy thoughts. Me time. When these people are doing these videos in their cars, do you think it's because they just saw whatever it was, so they want to make a stitch before they even drive home? Because sometimes when I do a video that you need, like for a promo or whatever, and I do it in my truck, I'll just, because you might need it fast when I'm leaving here, so I'll pull over into a parking lot and do it. Where I could wait and get home in front of a regular camera and do the whole thing. Do they plan that to look that way, you think, or they just happen to be in their cars?
I think they're just happen to be in their cars.
They don't look at that at home and then you go, okay, let me run out and get in my car because that'll make it look better.
Some people do make it like their brand, like mukbang people that only eat in the car.
Yeah.
They're afraid to switch it up because that's what's working. But no, I think it's the immediacy of just like, I need to get this out right now, which is terrifying to me as somebody who likes to plan things out, and like, it would never work for me.
It's weird. Yeah. But I'm going to start using that all the time. Anybody got an introductory happy thought?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Jody, I'm having a bad day. If you could just please, do you have an introductory happy thought I could use for a few minutes just to get out of this funk?
And have her do that in her voice. Like,
yeah.
You're at the bottom of the pool. The warm water is... Jody ASMR stuff would be incredible. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
And now you have time.
And you have time.
And when you come up out of the water, somebody gives you a Sprite, and you got time. That warm water surrounds you, and it better be warm because I'm not getting in cold water. That'd be a bad thing.
Freezing.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
But, alas, unlike what Jody would say, we on TJ's podcast are out of time. We don't have time. No time left. It's just nothing but pressure. So I'm going to run out and make a promo about today's thing. So I'll do that sitting in the bed of my truck. I'll be on the tailgate. I'm going to do that.
That's a great idea.
I just can't be in direct sunlight. Not that I have any health problems or anything. I just don't look good in any. Never mind. I'm still in the funk. Give me an introductory happy thought. I'll use it on the way out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Love you. Bye.
Serving the world. It's TJ's podcast.